Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and to another video. I'm aware it's been a while since my last video. I believe that my last video was back in December. So this is actually my first video for this channel in 2021. For those who are newly subscribed to this channel, I am Kieron and I'm a final year law student at the University of Cambridge. I just thought what I'd do in this video would just be to talk about what I've been getting up to and just to declare that I have returned from the wilderness. I am back and hoping to upload more content to this channel because I know obviously I've been absent for a little while, mainly because I've just been very busy. I've had a lot of things on this term I'm going to talk about in a moment, and I just decided to focus on that and prioritize that. And that's not to say I don't love this channel. I obviously love this channel and want to keep on doing it, but it's just obviously I've been trying to focus on my studies, especially given that it is my final year. And I've also had to think about what's next after my degree because my undergraduate years are slowly coming to an end. So I need to be thinking about what the next stage is going to be, what I'm going to be doing. So what have I been getting up to? Well, I've been continuing with my university studies. For those who don't know, this year I'm taking equity, European Union law, labour law, human rights law, and I'm doing a dissertation around public law. My dissertation's focusing on the doctrine of legitimate expectations in UK public law and the distinction that is seen in the case law between procedural expectations and substantive expectations, and looking at a very recent case called Pat Finucane and how that's maybe muddied the waters between that distinction, or what was assumed to be that clear distinction between procedure and substance. So I've been getting on with my studies. All the modules are very interesting. I would say my favourite has to be human rights. We get to look at things like the right to protest, the right to life, freedom from torture and inhuman, degrading treatment. Look at some interesting cases, look at some very topical issues. Things like the Shamima Begum case that's been recently in the Supreme Court. We need to take note of, for example. It's just a really interesting area of the law to look at. And it's not black and white. There are lots of different sides to it, different perspectives on human rights and the reach of human rights. It's very interesting. I'm also enjoying labour law. So we look at things, for example, the contract of employment. What if A gets unfairly dismissed from work by their employer? Very interesting area. We're about to look at discrimination law. So that should be quite interesting. And also you might have heard of the Uber case that's been in the Supreme Court recently. So we also think about that case and the implications from that decision. I'm enjoying European Union law. It's also interesting to look at how it works. We look at freedom of goods, freedom of persons, very interesting topics. Equity I'm enjoying. I think equity is probably the hardest module this year. It's a lot of ideas to get your head around of, and even when you understand the ideas, it's then trying to apply them to a problem question or an essay question. I'm struggling a little bit with that, but I'm getting there. I think it's just once I go through it and revise a bit more and do a bit more research and get familiar with it, hopefully I'll understand it more ready for the exam. So I'm enjoying the modules. The dissertation is going quite well. I'm starting to type that up because that'll be due in a few months' time. We had to do a presentation this term, so I had to present my ideas to the rest of the seminar group, and then there was questions afterwards, and that was really useful because we could hear different perspectives. People put their arguments forward and just discuss and have just a general discussion about the subject for that dissertation. So that's been really useful. It's about week 7 at the time I'm recording this, so Lent term's almost coming to an end already, which I can't believe. And also, given that I'm in my final year now, you're almost counting down how many supervisions you've got left or how many lectures you've got left, and realising there are not many left for not just for this year, but for the entirety of my undergraduate years, because of course I'm in my final year. So it's a little bit scary to think like how time is going quite quickly and how much time there's actually left of my university degree. Exams, of course, will be coming up in Easter. I think they're going to be online and they're going to be 24 hours, so very similar to what I had last year, open book. So at least I don't have to necessarily remember the cases and memorize them, but I do need to know my stuff and know how to answer the questions and do my best so I can get a good result in those exams. But yeah, I'm enjoying the modules. They're challenging. They're very, like I said, equity is quite challenging, quite difficult. But I'm doing my best, and I'm going through it and taking my time. Lectures are interesting. The supervisions are always very informative, and we have good discussion around the topics. For those who don't know, supervisions are they're very quite unique to Cambridge, and essentially they're small group discussions. So it might be a supervisor and maybe up to 3 or 4 students, and each supervision you'll discuss a topic that's probably been up in the lectures recently, and you'll maybe go through some questions that you've looked at beforehand. You might go through some key issues that came up in the lectures. You might go through some wider analysis or do a practice question. It could be different things, and it's really useful to, because you can discuss topics in more detail, but also you can get things clarified if you're not sure about what this topic was, or what that lecturer said, or what does this article mean, or what was that person trying to say in this judgment. So it's a really good opportunity to kind of discuss things in a lot more detail. So that's the academia side of things. In terms of what else I've been getting up to, I'm continuing to be involved with the Cambridge Union. I've been involved with that now, since Lent 2019. So 2 years now, really, which is crazy. I'm on the invitations committee, so what I have to do is look for contact details for speakers that we might want to invite for debates, but also then send emails out to them to also invite them, ask them if they would like to take part in the debate, in the event. So I'm doing that. I've also just been doing some things on the President's Committee. I've been putting Q&A forms together because given the fact that we're online and not in person, sadly, we have to find a way of allowing people to get involved in events by asking speakers questions during the event or during the debate. So I put the forms together and then upload those onto the Facebook page so people can submit questions to ask during the event. I've also been continuing with mooting. So I took part in the DeSmith mooting competition organised by the Cambridge University Law Society. I got to the semi-final. I didn't succeed in getting to the final, but I did get to the semi-final at least, and it was still a really good mood. Some very interesting topics. So for the semi-final, we had issues of offer and acceptance in contract law. Very interesting mood, and obviously each mood is a good experience to develop those important skills that will be needed. I've been a part of the CUPPERS subcommittee, and for that I've been organising rounds for the moots, so I'll be making sure to get the problem question out to the mooters, making sure that the mooters and the judges have got the details that they need for that round, and just make sure everything's organised and so that each round of the moot can go smoothly. And that's been really good. I've also been judging moots as well. So I've been judging some Brickcourt moots and Fledgland moots. Again, 2 other competitions run by the Cambridge University Law Society, and they've been really good. It's always quite good to be able to judge a moot and see how other people moot and see what their approach to mooting is. And I'm enjoying that. It's a lot of work because, of course, you have to, know at least have a general understanding of the law in that area. You need to obviously read through the skeletons, think about what you might want to ask the mooters, but it's really good fun and good experience. In terms of keeping in contact with my friends, I've been continuing to go to events put on by the Cambridge University Liberal Association. We had a virtual casino night the other week. That was really fun. We were encouraged to wear black tie, which I did, and we even had online pokers. So essentially we were in breakout rooms and we played online poker, and I won. Now, I will make it clear, before that night, I had never played poker and I had no clue how to play poker. And I was going up against some very experienced, or at least those who had played poker more than I had, which, given that I hadn't played any, wasn't a very high bar. But somehow I won the poker. I think I played a very long-term strategy. I'm obviously not going to give it away, but somehow I won that. But it was fun. It was just a really good night. I had my 21st very recently. My birthday was on the 4th of March and I turned 21, and I had a little catch up with some of my close friends on the evening, and that was really nice just to catch up with them. And they got to meet each other because they didn't really know each other. So I think I had 2 of my friends from Homerton, 2 of my friends from Jesus who had graduated last year, and they were able to speak to each other, and that was fun. It was just a really good day. obviously it's not the same as being in person, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I will be able to go back to Cambridge in Easter. I haven't actually been in Cambridge now for almost 12 months, which is crazy, because I didn't go back in Michaelmas term last year because my mental health, I just didn't feel up to going back. And then of course the government said you can't go back during Lent. And so I'm really hoping that we can go back in Easter. It's looking positive. It's looking good to be able to go back, but obviously we'll just have to see what the situation is nearer the time. So yeah, I've been trying to catch up with people and trying to keep that social contact going. I've also been thinking about career options. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, my undergraduate time is coming to an end, and I need to be thinking about what's next. And so what I've been doing is I've been thinking about the bar course, because I wish to qualify as a barrister. And to do that, you need to first, after your degree, after you've got your qualifying law degree, you have to go to do the bar course. And so I've had to apply to providers. One of the providers that I applied to was BPP Law School, and I was successful. I've been given an offer by BPP, which is amazing, which means hopefully providing I satisfy the conditions of that offer, i.e. get a 2-1, make sure I've joined an Inn of Court, which I'm in the process of doing. I'm applying to Gray's Inn. But providing I satisfy all those conditions, I'll be starting the bar course in September this year, which is unbelievable. It will be in London, so it's going to be quite a big moment and obviously the next chapter in my life, so I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, I've been thinking about the costs of the bar course, so I've been applying to Gray's Inn for a bar course scholarship. I had my interview the other week. It was a hard interview. It was a difficult one, but I did try my best, and fingers crossed I will get the scholarship. If not, I will obviously think of plan B, but fingers crossed we are successful with getting that scholarship. I'm thinking about applying for mini pupilages. I do have one in July. That was meant to happen last year, but of course due to the pandemic, it was delayed till July of this year. So again, fingers crossed, hopefully that will happen this year. So yeah, I've also been thinking about the options for after my degree. So those are just some of the things I've been getting up to. How am I feeling? I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling positive and trying to stay optimistic. It was one of my New Year resolutions this year to try and be more positive and trying to be more, just look after my physical and mental health a lot more, because certainly last year was an eye-opener in terms of how important my mental health is. So I've been trying to look after it. That doesn't mean I haven't had good days and bad days. I've had those bad days, but I'm trying to stay upbeat and positive. So trying to find the joys in life and trying to appreciate things just a little bit more. And like I said, I'm optimistic, hopefully, about going back to Cambridge next term and actually be able to see some of my friends in person as opposed to through a screen. And obviously there'll be opportunities coming up in the future, whether that be with the union or whether that be with career options or whether that be just hanging out with friends or whatever it might be. I wanted to just do a video to declare my comeback to YouTube. I hope to make these videos regular now. Hopefully, I'm probably going to do it now where it'll be Monday afternoons when I release a video, maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock. I'll try and release a video. If you've got any suggestions yourself, put them in the comment section below, and I can see what I can do. I've already got a list I'm putting together about some ideas I've got, the things that I want to talk about to you. Some things not yet, because some of them are a little bit more personal, but when the time is right, I will let you all know about them, because there have been some exciting developments in my life, so you'll have to just watch this space. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this YouTube video. I hope you are safe and doing well. If you did like this video, please subscribe to the channel. I noticed before I recorded this video, that we've passed 700 subscribers. Thank you very much. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers, this is now the campaign to get towards 1,000 subscribers. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers, that would be amazing. What I need is you to subscribe and let your friends and family and everyone know about this. If you know someone who might be interested in going to university or interested in the law, especially, recommend this channel to them. Hit the notification bell, of course, to keep up to date with any new videos. And you can follow me on my social media. It's all in the description below. I've added to it since last time. So there's my Facebook, Instagram. I've even got TikTok. and would you believe it, Twitter, and also I've got some Spotify playlists if you would like to follow those as well. So do subscribe, do follow, do click on those links. If you've got any questions, put them in the comment section below. I'm glad to be back. I hope that these videos will be more regular, more frequent, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video.